Welcome back to 9 on your side. So here's a question. Do you have the skills to save a life? As news surfaced today that Ohio Congressman Brad Wenstrup used a tourniquet to save a colleague shot in Virginia, a lot of people started asking.
And so we sent 9 on your side anchor Kristen Hartman to find out just how difficult this kind of aid really is to do.
Yeah, guys, we took our questions to the Red Cross, actually, where we found an instructor who could give us some perspective. She told me it was very fortunate Representative Brad Wenstrup was in the group of lifesavers this morning. He has a medical background, helpful when you have to decide, do you put pressure on the wound or do you use a tourniquet? In this emergency, they knew what to do. Listen to how Representatives Brad Wenstrup and Mo Brooks responded to the shooting of fellow Congressman Steve Scalise.
He was talking, he would answer all my questions. I was concerned about fluid loss internally. I found his entry wound but didn't find an exit wound, and that concerned me greatly.
Took off my belt, and myself and another congressman, I don't remember who, applied a tourniquet to try to slow down the bleeding.
Cincinnati-based Red Cross instructor Sandra Howard says that's not an easy call, but one you might have to make if direct pressure on a wound.
Place one hand underneath, one hand on top of the gauze pad, and apply direct pressure.
Doesn't stop the bleeding within about 2 minutes.
The tourniquets that are for sale on the market now are more of a crank mechanism where you crank the device to make it keep constant pressure, where a belt, it's not going to keep constant pressure because you're going to have to keep pulling it.
And a belt is what the congressman had today. Howard showed us how to improvise.
So then you would keep tightening it until you saw the wound start to slow down bleeding and then stop all the way.
But you have to be careful. Tourniquets never go on a joint and are usually about 2 inches above or below the wound. The process of stopping the blood, you could cut off circulation that could cause you to lose the limb.
Correct.
That's the risk you run.
You do, but with life-threatening bleeding, that is something that you have to stop as quickly as you can. So it's either use the tourniquet, possibly lose the limb, or lose your life.
Wow. The Red Cross does tourniquet instruction, but it's usually for advanced learners, people like nurses or medics. So good thing Ohio's own Wenstrup has the background he has. As for Congressman Scalise, who they helped, he is in critical condition, but he is out of surgery, guys.
Well, you just go, wow. Thanks a lot, Kristen. Really interesting information.
What a hero he is.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
He really